We're into July and the market is slowly moving in different directions. So, what does that mean for you? What decisions should you make as far as it comes to real estate and what you should do in the market? We're going to talk about that today. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Real Talk Real Estate. I'm your host, Mark Cannon, local realtor here in the Phoenix area with my home group real estate and owner of the Benchmark Real Estate team. As always, guys, this is a podcast format. I'm here to give you honest thoughts, opinions, advice, because I'm not trying to pull anything over your eyes. I want you to have the most information possible so that way you can make the best decision possible. Not here to try to convince you of anything. So, happy 4th of July. We're into July and it's exciting. As you can see from my shirt, I was just in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee and bought the shirt in America. Yeah. But no, we're going to go through our monthly market update and we're going to talk through everything. And I'm not going to take you too long here, but if there's any videos you guys want to see in the future, let me know. I am starting to work on some different things and just trying to do some different videos as I reorganize my schedule. But where do we always start? Inventory. So we're going to look at inventory, and it really, again, it hasn't changed a whole lot. Like, we're sitting around 24,000 homes active on the market. It's summer. We're in July now, and the market is the slowest in the summer for us. And maybe the only one that rivals that is maybe December, because you're in between Thanksgiving and Christmas. But yeah, July, August, some of June, it's pretty slow. Just because people are going on vacations. They don't want to sell their home and go through all that different stuff. So that's where we're sitting as far as inventory goes. Let's talk about interest rates, because that's what everybody wants to talk about. Interest rates actually jumped up today. We were about 6.5. Now we're at 6.65. And obviously there's still some turmoil in the Middle East. That hasn't all been resolved. Now, oil prices have come down. Certain things have been resolved, but inflation was high. There's lots of different factors when it comes to all these things. And interest rates are going to keep going up and down, up and down, up and down. Do I think long-term will be below 6%? Yeah, probably. My hope is by the end of the year, but if not, then maybe next year. And again, a lot of that depends on, is there still turmoil and things like that? Stuff that we can't control. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't predict the future. But if those things go away, I do see things going back more towards normal where interest rates are going to fall. But we can't predict that, and say, oh, it's going to happen, because anything can happen. The government can get involved and all that fun stuff. So interest rates are a little bit higher today, which slows the market down. And let's talk through, I'll show you the Cromford report. They changed up what it looks like a little bit. And obviously, this is from the Cromford report. I pay for it here in Phoenix. It's a great resource, and they talk through their markets. As you can see, those numbers right there are talking about, okay, in between 90 to 110 is a balanced market, below 90 is buyer's market, above 110 is seller's market. I think, again, I say it every time, grain of salt with all these numbers, because numbers don't always speak to everything, but they are at least a good indication. So you've got hot markets like Fountain Hills, Chandler, Scottsdale, Paradise Valley, higher price points. And we've seen that. Like, we've seen for the past couple of years, the higher price points, especially above $1 million, those markets are still churning. They're still going pretty strong. They haven't changed a whole lot. And they're actually increasing in value because people who have money are putting into houses. The dead zone that we're seeing is 500 to probably about 900, or even maybe 500 to $1 million is where it's just slower. And so you're seeing, markets that have pretty decent markets. I mean, Gilbert, Chandler still have pretty good markets. But then you start getting to like Peoria, more of a balanced market. Goodyear and below, you're into buyer's markets. I almost said seller's markets, buyer's markets. So is it a bad time to buy for buyers? Depends. Depends on what your situation is. And I'm not going to say it's good for everybody, but if you're able to buy and in buying, you can buy something that's in your price range and that your monthly payments where you need to be, it's a great time to buy. Because personally, for me, I think we're getting closer to where the bottom is. I know there's lots of people out there talking about it's tanking, it's going to fall through the roof. There's no indicators of that happening. And the people who are doing that are just trying to get you to click and listen to them, because that's how they make their money. They're influencers. I'm telling you here, we haven't seen major drops. We've been in a correction for a couple years, and that's normal because we had such a major increase since 2021. But I think we're getting closer to the bottom. So if you're looking to buy, it's a great time. You can't time the market, but it's a great time to buy if it makes sense for you and your family. If you're not sure, I'd love to sit down with you. I'd love to talk with you and talk through what that looks like, game plan, strategize, because it's not just about the here and now. I'm a long-term thinker. So I'm looking at, okay, maybe you're 2 years out, a year out. I sit down and help you create a game plan. If you're interested in that, my information's right here. I'd love for you to reach out. I'll take you to coffee. We'll connect. Guys, I appreciate you listening to Real Talk Real Estate. I'll catch you next time.